We are glad to know that you're still there with us. It's still this morning on ITV, reaching you live from our network studio. Now we'll dive into a discussion that have a global significance. And of course, we want to see how to link it locally and see how it's going to be of help or importance to our economy. We're talking about the Guinness World Record attempt. We've seen so many people have broken that record. We've also seen so many people, so many persons throw their weight to see how to attempt to do so many things, from the sing-a-thon to cook-a-thon to run-a-thon to laugh-a-thon to washing-a-thon, and so many tons that are actually gathering momentum worldwide. But here in Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria, we have someone who has actually said that she's going to attempt, officially she has been given an approval to attempt this. She'll be reading our local write-ups for 200 hours. She'll be giving us insights to all of that, how she got there, what are the challenges she's actually facing right now, what are the preparations she has put in place to ensure that she have a smooth read-a-thon. Her name is Osareme Patience Asen. Did I get that correctly?
You did, actually. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you.
Thank you very much.
So we have a lot of books that you'll be reading. We have about 1,000 of them in, this, in the studio. So you'll be reading all this morning.
Wow.
All right, joining her to extend the front line of the conversation and also see how to link the GWR with storytelling. He's a prolific movie writer. He's a script writer. He's a movie producer. He's the current public relations officer of the Directors Guild of Nigeria. Let me get that correctly. He's the current PRO of the DGN. That's the Director Guild of Nigeria. And of course, this man has done so many things for himself. If you've seen the movie 2K, he's the brain behind it. And other current movies that are making rounds. He's in person of Jeremiah. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Africa.
Okay, let's quickly get to the discussion. Before we get to you, Onoge Jeremiah, let's get to her first. So take us through what actually prompted you. Is it that you saw Hida Basi? Or who actually motivated you? What's the motivating factor?
Okay. When you say motivating factor, are you mean, do you mean for actually doing the Guinness World Record?
Yes. Why you want to? This is a big feat, and the line you are taking, I don't think if anyone has attempted that.
Yeah, there are people.
We have people there.
Yeah.
That broken record.
Yeah.
So walk us through. So what do you think you can do differently to actually get this?
Okay, actually, somebody from Nigeria actually has broken this record before.
Okay.
They are from Lagos, a man. And then a man again from Turkey broke the record. I think that man read for 120 hours. Then somebody from Calabar broke the record 2023. Though I applied June 2023, but while I was waiting for my approval from Guinness, he actually already got an approval and he started his, but then he has not been recognized by Guinness yet. So the official person recognized is the man from Turkey who read for 120 hours. So actually the motivation behind this is it's beyond just doing the whole Guinness thing. I'm just using Guinness World Record as a platform to actually push forward what I am actually doing, which inclusive is actually bringing back the reading culture of Nigerians, and also I'm an advocate of the girl child. Yeah, so this is like just an avenue for me to actually project what I'm actually passionate about, which is actually being a voice to the girl child, and also an advocate of the environment, talking about the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goals. So these are part of the things I will also be reading, especially when it comes to the aspect of our culture, our traditions, our history. You know, I'm really passionate about these things, so I'm just bringing them together and using Guinness World Record as a platform to actually portray these things. So those actually are the motivations. So at
the end of the day, we'll now have young girls who will be reading.
Yeah, so that's the idea.
People don't really read again.
Yes, that's the idea.
So when they see you as their model, because those who cook, after the cook-a-thon, people now start cooking.
Exactly.
So you think that will change any narrative in the society?
Actually, you, as a person, you can't really change something. right? You can't do it alone. But then there are people out there. I'm a student of Lagos State University, 500 level fisheries and aquatic biology students. We read. People do ask this question. They are like, do people read nowadays? Do students even read? You know, the whole technology, social media, Instagram, Twitter, and a lot of people feel like everybody is just out there and nobody is reading. But the truth is this. When you go to school at night, especially during exam period or before exams, you still see people who are passionate about reading. You understand? So these are the things I'm trying to project out there, that people are still burning their candles. People are still fighting for a better future through education.
They still read hard copies.
Yes, people still read hard
not the soft
copies.
Things.
Yes. So that's what we are coming out to say, especially as Nigerians.
Okay, let's get to Jeremiah now. He will be giving us insight. How do the Guinness World Record attempt contribute to Nigeria's economy? Does it have any economic impact?
Yes, Guinness World Record attempt, it has great impact on the economy. The reason is because it's going to be like the venue where she's going to be reading. There are going to be vendors available to market their products. Because our reading is going to attract people from all walks of life, even outside Benin, outside Nigeria possibly. So these persons, they will meet people and do businesses with them. Because we are going to have so many professionals on ground, we are going to have so many market people on ground to sell their products and market their services. So it is going to add some value economically to Nigeria as a whole, if possible, to the entire world, because there are some e-business that can be done too. People that are not even in Nigeria will participate online. And when they participate online, they can also get access to any services they are looking for.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now, share your experiences with us. Guinness will not pay you.
Yeah, of course.
Even if you finish this your attempt and you succeed, they will pay you.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you actually paid to get registered. You didn't pay. It's free.
No, it's free.
But they are not going to pay you. No form of monetary attachment.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, it's just the placards.
Yes.
So what will you now do with it?
Now, there's something about this old Guinness World Record thing, the significance of it. It's when I was young and you have this black and white TV, you see magnificent things happening and they are showing these old Guinness World Record thing. You see somebody swallowing sword, you just see different things happening that you feel, wow, this thing is something that can't even get
somebody
to Nigeria.
Using nose to break coconuts.
Exactly. So things like that. So that's the significance of it, is the fact that it's just a placard, but to a lot of people, it means a lot. It's something that people actually appreciate. So instead of just using that platform just to do anything, why don't just you as a person use it to pass a vital message? Like when I'll be reading, there are going to be people on ground, art exhibition, authors selling their books. There are going to be quiz competitions among secondary school students. And I and my team actually decided to take it a step further and actually bring secondary school students to actually do something that they are going to be presenting proposals. Yeah, so we are trying to actually prepare these people because this is a technological world right now. You understand? So we are using this medium to tell the Nigerian student and Africa as a whole. Like there's this popular saying that if you want to hide something from a black person,
put it in a book.
Put it in a book. So we are saying no.
So you want to expose it?
Yes, that is not true. That is not true about the black.
Okay.
So that is one of the things that we are actually projecting.
We'll be coming back to you in a moment. You know, this whole attempt and succeeding in the attempt comes with a lot of fame. You'll be telling us how you manage this fame. And when the money comes now, probably you now tell Jeremiah not to call you again. You probably will see my missed call and come after 2 years. Wow. You'll be telling us how you're going to manage fame because it will come. Just attempting it alone has actually brought you to spotlight. But as a movie producer, how do Guinness World Record attempt help in storytelling? Does it have any collaboration? Does it have any relationship?
Okay, you just mentioned something that has to do with fame. When she gets fame, she will become a sought out after. In fact, producers can gain interest in her and feature her in movies. Because you know why? It's not just about the reading. There are also attributes and talent and skills that she has when it comes to the industry too. For example, if I am a producer and I'm there, And one of the books she's going to read, some of the books she'll be reading has to do with Edo culture.
Edo culture. Okay.
Yes. And one particular book we did, which she read when we did the mock, had some cultural music inside. And while she was reading it, she has to read it and sing the song inside.
Wow.
That's already entertaining. So imagine an Edo producer that will be watching this on screen. This girl can sing this song very well.
So a storyline can be crafted
yes,
from
it
it.
will craft a storyline from there.
Wow.
Yes, and since it's concerning the Edo culture and history, we are known for history, cultural values in Edo State. So if she read these cultural books, a lot of producers will actually wake up and craft story out of those books and decide to do a collaboration with the authors. So by so doing, I believe that exposing the culture to the public, to the entire globe, will make even the white people to pick interest and want to come and do movies here without thinking 2 times.
So it's a win-win for
yes,
her,
for her
as an individual.
Yes, and for Edo, and for Africa, and for the entire world.
Okay, congratulations in advance. A movie producer is just giving you a slot. He's a director too. So he's just telling you if you do well in the future, it's TK part 2.
No, they read that one.
They read that one. They read that one.
Yeah,
So we now have a movie.
Just the way we have a Queen of Qatar.
Okay. Oh wow. So they read that one.
Yeah.
In view. So she'll be the main star.
Yeah.
So let's get back to you now. How will you now manage fame?
Okay.
Because we have that problem in Nigeria. You see people that are your friends, family members, acquaintances, when they just get a little form of fame, they just lock their door to other persons.
Okay.
So how will you do yours?
Okay, first of all, like I said, the Guinness is not the main thing for me. Alongside me pushing for everybody to know that I'm actually reading, I'm also pushing for everybody to know about what is going to be my pet project after this record.
Okay.
Yeah. So I as a person, I want to open a foundation where I call it, my team members usually laugh, picking the one out of the 99. You know, there's 100 and there is a 99 that it's very good, and there's that one that it's really not significant to people. You know, I want to go after that one. You understand? There are a lot of things out there, though I've not been outside Nigeria, but I've been to Lagos since I schooled in Lagos, and I got to discover that there are a lot of opportunities out there that people don't know about. And because I'm a fisheries and aquatic biology student, I've been able to study a lot of these SDG goals. That's why I'm very passionate about it. We have Goal 1, which talk about no poverty, Goal 4, quality education, Goal 5, gender equality, Goal 13, climate action, Goal 14, which talk about life underwater or life below water. Now, most people don't know that from plastic that they are throwing away on the floor, they could actually produce a lot of things. From plastic, people could actually produce blocks to actually build houses. From plastic, there are a lot of arts you could actually cultivate.
So if fame hits you now,
yes, those
you now
are
start
the
diversifying.
projects. Yes, those are the things I want to bring to light.
Okay.
So that is actually going to be my focus, teaching the girl child, you know, how to build this entrepreneurial spirit. Because I was 2023, I was a student ambassador of Orange Corners. Is an initiative of the Netherlands. They build entrepreneurs. So I was the ambassador that was picked in Nigeria to actually build students in my school to build their entrepreneurial spirit.
To coach them.
Yes, to coach them, to organize events. Every entrepreneurs, they want to reach them, they want to catch them young. They don't want them to graduate and go outside there looking for a job. You could actually build something for yourself.
Angel,
yes.
Let's not believe that all this beautiful storyline you are telling us.
It's not a storyline.
In the long run, you will not start flying from Dubai to Netherlands to the UK to Paris.
I'll fly. For good purpose.
Not for leisure.
No, not for leisure. To actually push this thing out there. You know, this is something I'm very passionate about. If people research about me, you actually see that this is not something that I just started.
Okay, we'll get back to you quickly, Jeremiah. Okay, let's quickly see it. How do we now marry these two industry together, the GWR and the movie industry? If they have relationship, like you said, you can pick from some of what she has read so far in your mock preparation, and you've already started seeing storyline. Is it possible to now fuse these two together?
Yes, it's very possible. I was with the Commissioner for Agriculture recently, and there was something that was said to us that there's going to be a soup event. I think that is an idea that came from the cookathon also. So imagine having a soup festival where you have people come to make our local dishes.
Different variants of soup.
Now let me marry this with the Guinness World Record. Now imagine somebody that has already cooked, and we get the idea and say, okay, let's showcase the local food by Edo people, or local food by the Yorubas, or the local food by the Ijaws. And we have such kind of platform. There can be movies that will portray how this food are being eaten. There can be movies that can portray how this food are being prepared. Just like the, what is the film, Funke? I think something on Booker Street.
Yes, Booker Street.
Yes. Yeah. So if you look at that movie, they actually portray how this amala is being made to the entire world. These are the things that excite those people out there. Now she's going to read about our culture. Some queens, some kings that have been there in Edo or Benin City Kingdom. So she's going to read about these things. And if you marry them together, you discover that picture gives a lasting memory in the minds of people. So if we put all these things into pictures, people will get more understanding about it. Okay. She's going to be reading. While she's reading some certain things about our culture, we are having ideas to bring in some movies. For example, if she's reading something that has to do with Queen India, there are movies that has to do with Queen India. We can be showing it to our audience while she's reading alongside.
Okay, we need to manage our time now because we have just less than a minute or so to leave the studio. What strategies have you put in place? Since Guinness will not pay you, and it's an attempt that will cost you a lot. I'm sure getting this venue, getting the books, getting resource persons, you probably will be airing it probably on social media. You have put all those strategies together. So what other strategies have you put in place to ensure that you have a seamless readathon? And lastly, what are the kind of books? Do you have sample of the books here?
No.
You can actually say you're going to read some. So take us through the strategies you have on ground.
Okay, actually, before I talk about my strategies, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been supportive, because no matter the amount of strategies I have, without the people who has been supportive so far, I won't be able to achieve anything. People in person of Engineer Greg Ugbefun, I Prisosemidi Ebon, Chief Lucky, the former governor of the state, our governor, Governor Godwin Obaseki. He has been really helpful through through his office and through the Commission of Education. I was able to get a venue for this event, which is at the Edo State Secretariat at the library complex at the Secretariat. Okay. I was also able through the governor's office, through the Commissioner for Art and Culture, get a lodge for myself. We have been preparing my coach, doing aerobics exercises, preparing myself for this venue, home and away, and so many other people that have been, even the year self been in, you know. And these are the books, most of the books I'll be reading. As a marine engineering student, Engineer Greg Ogbefun's book that talks about him growing up until the point he is today. So
indigenous authors,
yes,
that book we find
yes, of course. There was a part of his book I read that talked about him starting his business with 100 naira. Yeah, like very inspirational book that when you read them, is it Ebo's book? I'll be reading the Red Book commissioned by the Oba of Benin. You know, those are some of the books I'll be reading. So the things we've put in place to make sure that this event actually come together are actually being actualized by our people.
200 hours.
Yes. It's going to be done because I've been embraced by, yes. For every 1 hour I complete, I have 5 minutes rest.
For every 1 hour?
Yes.
That was approved by them?
Yes.
Okay.
That was
but you will not exceed 5 minutes?
No, but I can accumulate my time. I could accumulate my 5 minutes. I think when I did my 2 days mock, I read for 48 hours. At first I read for 8 hours straight, you know, before I took my rest. So you could actually accumulate those rest times. So it's not something that is...
It's going to be... I'm just imagining it's going to be taxing.
Yeah.
And the people around, won't they distract you?
No, because since I'll be reading in the library, we are building a box. That's why, you know,
it's a public library.
Yeah, it's a public library.
What happened to those who want to access the library at this point?
You can actually come in to
still do their normal reading.
Yes. When I was doing my mock, they were there reading. Yes. And funny enough, most of them, they started reading alongside with me.
But won't that affect what
No, they were reading
aloud.
like silently. I am reading aloud. So you could actually get the book I'm reading.
So they're like prompters.
Yes.
They're prompters. Okay, quickly, let's talk about the economic gains as we begin to round up now.
Okay. The economic gains is this. We are going to bring value to the state in the sense that investors will definitely want to be a part of what is happening in the state and in Nigeria. Okay. We are also going to see how we can use it. Just like she said, she's going to empower the girl child, make sure that they are independent, and make sure that they are stable when it comes to entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So all these are going to bring positive values to the state.
Okay, thank you so much, Jeremiah Onoga, the National Public Relations Officer of Directors Guild of Nigeria, for finding time to come. Would have loved to have this again, if time permits us. 10th to when is the date again?
No, the date is February 23rd to the 3rd of March.
Okay, to February 23rd. We still have little time, probably. So maybe between now and before you go start your reading, we'd like to bring you patients to the studio. Probably have a final take from you and sign autograph maybe. I'm very sure after 3rd of January, you might not pick our calls again. But we don't want to believe that. Well, everyone, always would like to have you. Is still this morning on ITV Sunday morning special edition. Well, before we went on to join the news department for the AM news update, we're actually talking with our guest. We have Osareme Asien, who is Angel, who is actually attempting to break a record that has been broken before, according to her. And of course, there's someone that is still pending. Probably has broken the record, but is still on the pipeline. But she's actually gotten an approval officially from Guinness World Record to go on a 200 stretch reading. She's still here with us in the studio. And of course, with her in the studio is Jeremiah Onoga, who is the National Publicity Secretary, the PRO, for the Directors Guild of Nigeria. Together, we are still looking at the economic impact of GWR. Of course, Edo State is on the spotlight now, as we have someone who's going to be taking the bull by the hand to go on a readathon. Let's come now to you, Patience. Take us through. You have done everything. Your homework is nipped. You actually gave appreciation to some persons who have supported morally, financially. Do you still need more support? Won't you need logistic? Won't you need, what do you call those other guys that handles media? So yeah, what other aspect will you need?
Actually, we'll be needing volunteers. One good thing about an individual when you're venturing into something is that you should be able to research on others who has done it before and probably build on it. So when we did our research, I and my team members, we discovered that even the journal board guy that did it in Calabar, he had more than 80 volunteers on ground.
More than 80?
Yeah, more than 80.
So what would they be doing for you, 80?
Okay.
It's not this library here.
Oh, wow. So at the venue, we'll be, there's going to be a lot of crowd. I know.
Anticipating.
Yes, I'm anticipating because I know my people are going to turn up for me. Nigerians are going to turn up for me. So we need people to actually help us manage waste. You know, make sure that, because I'm very, very passionate about that, proper waste management. Yeah. So we also need people to volunteers for the media team. You know, volunteers for vendors, technicals. You know, we need a lot of people on ground. And another thing is, my team members will be working. They'll be working on shifts. They are not breaking world record for staying awake with me. Yeah. So we need to work with shifts. So we need people to actually come up and volunteer. So my team members will not break down.
Shifts, how?
Like shifts.
Yeah,
shifts.
They'll be running shifts.
Yeah, they'll be running shifts.
Okay.
Because like he is my head of technicals and creativity. You know, I don't want to run him dry.
So you need other people to join.
Yes, I need other people to join so that they will always be at their best capacity.
He's also a family man. So have the strength.
Yeah, actually, shout out to his wife and children. You know, they released him for me for almost more than a month now. You know,
the wife is so understanding. You
very
can
understanding.
Take that to the bank.
Yes.
So you can even just hijack him for the next, all through the project and beyond. It's on a lifetime note. So you need teams that will be running shifts.
Yes.
But won't you give them any form of stipends, any form of financial
yes,
encouragement?
Of course. Usari Meyer is not a rich woman.
Because in Nigeria, nothing goes for nothing.
Of course, which is why I'm also using this medium to also call for supporters. These are things that we need financial aid with. We have to be able to support these people. We need logistics for them. You know, even if Home and Away have pledged that they will be providing my food throughout the event, and they also provided food for I and my team throughout the mock. So yes, they'll be doing that for us throughout the event.
You'll be eating, feeding on Home and Away.
Yes.
I want to join you. From afar.
Yeah. So we also need financial aid to also provide for this ad hoc team, these volunteers. They are going to eat. They are going to be there. We need a place for them to stay. You know, the library, it's
they need
not
to
really
live very close.
Yes, the library is not really conducive, and you know the hotels around there, the prices are exorbitant. So that's why we need support. We need financial aid to be able to cater for these people, because even at night, we are going to have entertainment section. We plan on bringing snooker boards, table tennis. We are going to be games.
I wanted to throw that to him. Now, this is your field. If she just read for 200 hours, people will get bored.
Yes.
Now, she just made mention of entertainment, bringing some kind of sport.
Yes.
Is that all you're looking at?
Not really. The thing is, we are also seeing how we can bring live band into it. Because even in as much as they are going to be watching our read, especially at night, for them not to go feel sleepy and all that. So we need something to keep them awake. So right in the venue, not something that will be distracting to her.
When as she's inside reading,
something is going on outside, not too loud to affect her reading, so that the people all over the world will hear. So entertainers are needed, like musicians are needed, comedians. In fact, I'm calling on our celebrities in Edo State, Nigeria, and all. This is a cause that every one of us wants together and work it out. Nosare said something a few days ago when she met him, and he said that if we could do it for Idabasi, this is our own.
That was one Nosare.
Yes. He said he's
currently in town.
Yeah, we met him in Asaba a few days ago.
Yes,
during the Sakaba shoot, we had last to do what he
sure.
And he said that if we could do it for Idabasi, that he can do it for his own Edo girl. And Ambassador Lancelot said he's an influencer of influencers. That he will put his hand on the table and make sure that influencers influence this. So I'm calling on all good meaning entertainers out there, musicians, comedians that are celebrities within Nigeria, outside Nigeria, Africa. Let's make our Africa culture proud. Let's bring her up through our platforms and make other celebrities that she's supposed to.
So security-wise now, what are you now doing to secure?
Yes,
people will come, throw their support, but security.
Yeah, through the government, being that they gave us the venue, and through the ministries too, they have also assured us of security, and they will to be in place.
Okay.
Yes.
And we are also making sure, because one of the technical requirements for this is that your camera must not go off. Your internet should not cut off.
Oh, really?
So we are making plans for inverter.
Uninterrupted.
Yes.
Power
So,
supply.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And that is the reason we are thanking this great man, whose birthday is even today, Engineer Greg Obefun. And he has personally handled that for us. That is going to provide inverter for us at the venue.
Wow.
Yeah.
So power will not be interrupted. So that will not eat into your time.
Yes.
So finally, let's begin to put a finishing touch to it. When you're done with this achievement, which we are hoping and wishing you all the best, you're not just going to attempt it, you're going to get a good result. Will you just leave it there? Will you want to go and to try, since you are into fishery and aquatic biology, will you want to attempt that? I want to break a record.
I think one record is enough.
You know, break record there.
Okay.
I have the biggest fish pond. Frying fish, frying fish-a-thon. I think I will volunteer. We should fry fish after this one. What do you want to venture into it?
Okay. Actually, like when I was speaking with some of my lecturers, and when I told them that, sir, because my professors in school, we have passionate professors who are passionate about my course. And people like Professor Ahmed, Professor Lawson, they are much. I can't really mention every one of them. When I told them that I'll be doing the Guinness World Record, you know, they were like, why didn't you put that you are going to build an aquarium?
You will not swim inside the aquarium.
You know? So anyway, on a lighter note, like I was speaking before about my foundation. So these whole things that I have been doing in school are one of the things that I'll also be teaching the people who I plan on bringing into the foundation. You know, do you know that you could actually smoke fish and export?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a very good business. But most people, they see, when we say fishery, sometimes they're just like, fish. you know.
But before you start exporting fish, let it go round first. let it go round. Let's have enough smoked fish before you start thinking of exporting. They've exported everything. It's enough catfish that we are managing. You want to smoke it and send it out again?
Of course.
Is it right to smoke all the fish and send it out?
Actually, the fishes, they are enough, which is why I am even, which is why is one of the reasons why I'm also reading about the safety of the ocean.
Okay.
Because when people do this, when you don't manage your waste properly, at the end of the day, it ends up in the water body.
Okay.
When you use this plastic and you don't dispose of them properly, there are actually recycle companies for this.
Okay.
Yeah. So we Nigerians, we as youths, we as Edolite, we have to learn how to manage our waste properly so that these things don't end up in the water body. Because when they do end up there, like if you go out there and you Google it, you are going to see videos of different animals that are endangered. There was one with the turtle. It had a straw on its nose, like in its nursery, couldn't breathe. And this straw was actually used by probably one of us. Okay. Yeah,
all right,
so
we need to go now. Just quickly, 10 seconds. What are we expecting from you now? You had so many epic that came out last year. What are we expecting from your table? All
right, from my table, you are expecting Legend of 7 Calories after this Guinness World Record. Wow. I think she will play.
Wow.
I don't think how beautiful she is. So Legend of the 7 Calories.
Oh, really? Is it this beat you saw? Yeah, I just gave you it. Legend of 7 Calories. We'll be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much, Jeremiah Onogen, for finding time to come. Thank you so much, Osereme Angel, for being on the show this morning. But this is how far we can go. My name is Daniel Praise Ose Debame. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for another fresh edition of TMI. You stay with us and have a blessed Sunday ahead. Bye for now.